Hey everybody, thank you for taking the time to come and check out this video. I'm Tommy Atkinson from Woodmore Prescott High School. I'd like to thank the Michigan High School Football Coaches Association for giving me the opportunity to be a part of this, and hopefully, you take this, you enjoy it, and you maybe learn something from it. So we're talking today a little bit about the 8-man single wing. This is something that I was totally new to up until the start of the season, but it was something we were able to implement and do it quickly, and we had a lot of success this year. So, why the single wing? So we had all the intentions of going 11-man football up until the week that football started when we rebooted in September. When we had numbers coming back out, I made the decision not to have a JV team because we just didn't have sufficient numbers program-wide to have 11-man JV and varsity teams, and I didn't want to have an 8-man JV team and an 11-man varsity team, especially knowing that I would lose a lot of kids who wanted to play, who would rather play 8-man on JV. And so because of that, we made the jump in the first week of September to 8-man. And so then we had to make a decision, what are we going to do and how are we going to do this if we're going to implement an entire new type of football within 10 days. We had 10 days between making the decision to playing in our first game. So what are we going to do? Well, we had to take a look and see what we had. Okay, so what did we have? So last 2 years was my third year here. For the last 2 years we ran wing tee, last year power tee primarily. So we had a little bit of background in that. We have decent size, some pretty good sized kids. We have two returning starting guards who one was very, very good and one was pretty good also. And then we had two kids who we thought could carry the ball pretty decent. We also had to take inventory of what we didn't have. So we didn't have a quarterback. Our quarterback had broken his foot the week before we restarted, and frankly, as I was going through and I was saying, all right, we've got 11, we go to 8. All right, now I need to figure out who I'm going to take away, who I'm going to remove. So I went, well, I should probably get rid of the position that we don't have. So I just got rid of the quarterback because we didn't have a quarterback. We don't have a whole lot of natural athletes, so we don't have natural pass catchers. Really, any natural receiver type guys on our team, and we also didn't have time. We had to try to find something that our kids would be familiar with, that the learning curve wouldn't be so steep. And and what you're going to see here is a lot of our blocking schemes are going to translate from last year running power T to this year running single wing. And, this allowed, I believe, for us to have pretty decent success. So what do you have to do to be successful running this? You have to have a lot of physicality up front. You have to be the most physical team on the field. If you're not going to win. You're not going to be successful with this offense. It just isn't going to work. But we couldn't finesse anybody, so we had to physically outplay them, and the teams that we lost to were physically better than us and had more athletes than us, so it wouldn't have really mattered what we would have done anyway. You have to be dedicated to this. You can't just come out and try to run, run your sweep 3 times, your trap 2 times, and it doesn't work, and then you have to say, all right, well, we're just going to start airing the ball, because you're not going to be successful if you have, kind of a foot in both camps. And for us, most of our negative plays that we had this year were because we didn't get a snap. We, employed the dead ball snap. Most of our snaps were good, but the ones that aren't are the ones that are going to kill you. And we ran into issues with bad snaps this year, and most of our negative plays were either a bobbled snap or a bad snap. This year, like I said, we were pretty successful for us. We had won 5 games 2 years previous, and this year we won 5 games, went 5-3. Lost Sutton's Bay twice. The second time we lost in the playoffs by 40-some, and had the ball the entire first quarter, and then the wheels just fell off. And then we also lost St. Mary's, who's a solid team. So between those two teams, they had 3 combined losses. We averaged 34.2 points per game, which was way up from where we were the years previous. And also we averaged 34.1 yards per game on the ground. And like I said, both those averages have in a game where we scored 0 points and rushed for, I think, 82 yards by the end of it. So let's take a look at what we have. So this is our right formation. So play calling was easy. It was right formation, left formation. We would flip our line totally, and as you can see here, we're unbalanced. So we've got our strong guard, we've got our weak guard, we have our tackle, our tight end, our wing, our center, our fullback, and then our halfback is offset and a little bit behind our fullback. Our fullback's toes are at 4 yards. Okay. Now, the reason why I do this and the reason why we've had success with it, with the unbalanced, is it's tough for a lot of teams. So as you can see here, we have 5 guys to the right of the center. We have 3 guys to the weak side, to the left of the center. Okay, so and we also, as you can see here, they have to cover 5 different gaps on the right, our strong side, and 2 gaps to the weak side. All right, so if you do the quick math on that, that means they have to have 7 guys who are accounted for a gap. So that means that it's really, really hard if you have a 2 deep or 3 deep setup. 1, 2 of those guys, you need to have 7 guys accounted in a gap. You'll be able to see our wing is going to be a lot. He's basically a second tight end, and our tight end basically a second tackle. These kids just they have a role. Their role is to block. We weren't expecting much offensive production out of them in terms of catching the ball and running with it. Okay, so looking here, we have the ability to sit here and look and determine, well, where are they over leveraged? Do we have more guys to our strong side, to our weak side? Are they overplaying us one way or the other? Because basically what we're going to do is we're going to try to take that information and we are going to run the ball away from where they are over leveraged, because it's our belief that they're going to be over leveraged one way or the other, and that there's going to be an available gap for us to find somewhere if we're physical enough to get it. I'm going to go through really quickly here and talk a little bit about our base plays and hopefully give you a chance to see a little bit of what it looks like. All right, so what you're looking at now is our base play, our bread and butter. This is our sweep. My apologies for not having it in a nice presentation form. I haven't had to do this before, so I'm a little bit of a noob. But anyway, so what we have here is, so on our base sweep, what we are going to have is our wing and our tight end here are going to double on the man on the line of scrimmage unless the tight end has a man in his gap. If the tight end has a man in his gap, he's going to take it alone. He's going to take this guy alone. The tackle is going to block the man on or inside of him. Start of the year we had him start to reach, but then we had a lot of run through on the front side. Our center is going to step to the play side A, and if there's nobody there for him to block, he's going to hinge and try to pick up some, any trash coming from the backside. Both of our guards are pulling, so our front side guard, or strong guard, he is going to pull out, and he's going to try to block the force player out. I'm going to try to show you a few plays here. There's sometimes where the force player is going to step out, he's going to block him out. There's sometimes where the force player is going to stay back, he's going to hang, so he's going to hook. This front side guard is our best lineman, one of the best linemen I've ever coached. He was a stud, he was built for this. Backside guard's going to pull into the funnel, try to get tight around this double team. And our fullback is leading. It is a direct snap to our halfback. Okay, so I'll show you a little bit about what this looks like. All right, so I got a couple of sweeps queued up here for you. So like I said, we're going to have down block here. Tackle's going to get here. Center's got to get to the front side A. Front side guard's pulling out. Backside guard's pulling through. We got a lead block from our fullback, and a halfback just needs to do his thing. So what you're going to see here on this play. Okay, really good block by the guard out there, really good lead, and just kind of a wall of bodies going down the field. One of the things that I believe in wholeheartedly is getting dudes going downhill, getting dudes coming downfield. Like I said, watch the guard block right there, pancake. My fullback and my backside guard are pulling up there through nicely, and my halfback just has to follow the bodies. Really good example. Another sweep here. This is from a playoff game. You're going to see a really good block from our wing here on the inside backer. Now this is a situation where this guy wasn't inside of the wing tackle. the tight end's the tight end, I should say. The tight end's actually going to be able to get this guy on his own. My wing is going to be tight up to the inside backer. He's going to block him out. Easy kick out block here, and I think he ends up getting logged by my guard. And then, you know, if you put this many guys up on the line of scrimmage, once we get through, we're off to the races. And then he taunts, and then he has to run for it on Monday. Another sweep here. This is going to be an example of when this guy's gonna stay back a little bit, and you're gonna see my guard log him. Okay. And then 47 just needs to be a moving target going down the field. All right. Now our next base play is power. It's pretty basic power. We run it the same exact way that we did when we were running power T. With the wing here, one of the things that we did was I have him step down to influence the outside shoulder of the man on the line of scrimmage who we're going to be J blocking. So I want him, this guy, if he's worried all night about this guy blocking him down, I kind of want to get that influence. I want to get a punch to his outside shoulder, and then I want to get up to the second level with this guy right here, because our fullback should be coming to J block the man on the line of scrimmage, the first guy head up or outside of our tight end. Tight end, we typically want to double team. We didn't see a lot of looks where we had a guy in the tight end tackle gap. Usually he's coming tight up to the first inside linebacker in front. I don't like him getting up to this guy because we've got a pulling guard coming for this backer. I want him to get to the linebacker who would be scraping over the top. This tackle blocks down, frontside guard, protect your inside gap. Center blocks on away, and then we have just a basic power play. Okay, this is an example of us running against Sutton's Bay. We motion our guy down. Our fullback does not get a great J. He gets on the inside of the guy who he's supposed to be blocking. This is a really good team. This is the game that we got shut out. If my fullback gets to his inside shoulder like he's supposed to, we got a really good wall off going down here, and 25's leading up through. Well, now I lose my front side. Now I lose my pulling guard because he feels like he needs to block there, and you know we end up coming in decent play, but not what's gonna beat the team who ends up losing the state championship game. All right, so the next base play that we have here is our ISO. Pretty standard ISO, but the way that we did it might be a little bit different than what some do. We essentially had our tackle determine where we were going to isolate. Rarely, I don't think a single time this year our tackle had both of his inside and outside gaps covered. Typically, there was a guy on his inside playing a 3 technique, and so we usually would run ISO into C gap. Tight end blocks out, tackle blocks down, a little help here from the front side guard who's also going to work up to a backside linebacker. My wing is going to scoop. He's going to scoop block up here to this, we call it a scoop block at least. He's going to block up here to this front side inside linebacker coming tight off of the block here to hopefully pick up this guy if he's trying to scrape. My guard is going to take a lateral step and he's going to work up, and I want him blocking out on the first linebacker that he sees. Backside guard hopefully can get up to a backer if his outside gap's not covered. This is a play that we had some success with over the course of this year. Here we're gonna shuffle motion this guy down, okay, and then it just becomes we're gonna have a block out. We have 2 really big guys going through the hole, and our little 5'6" backup quarterback's able to go through for a touchdown. So just run that back again. We got a down block, we got an out block, and then for to the promised land. All right, our next play was probably our second best play this season after our sweep, and that's our trap. I think we had a lot of success on trap because people aren't used to seeing trap a whole lot lately anymore, especially at the single wing level. And so essentially what we do is we have either a long trap or a short trap, and it needs to come from this front side guard. So we're going to trap the first guy head up or outside of the guard. We call him the hog. And so if it's a hog short, that means it's a short trap, and we're going to trap the, there's a guy right outside shade of the guard, and so it's a short trap. If it's a hog long, then that means that there's a guy on the inside shade or shading the nose, so we would have to run it to the next gap over. So right here you see a long trap, so the guard has to block the guy on his inside shade down, and then we're going to trap the first guy outside of him. My tackle releases to a backer. My tight end releases to a backer. My wing releases to a backer or a safety or somebody downfield. My backside, my halfback is going to fake sweep, hopefully take somebody with him, and I have my center's blocking on away. Here you have an example of a short trap. Okay, so guy playing a 3, playing outside shade of guard. We're going to inside release. Guard goes up to backside inside linebacker. Tackle releases up. Looks at this backer. If he's a threat, then he'll block him. If not, he can get up to the backside guy, and we're going to release. And then everything else is exactly the same for the most part, just who we're trapping and how long of a trap it is. Alright, so what we're going to see here is the long trap that I just told you about. And it's hard to hit it, but when you can get through and you can run it successfully, it really, really opens up like it does on this play. Okay, so we get through, got a couple good blocks by my wing, and we're off to the races and we're gone. Okay, so let's look at the offensive line play here quickly. We have some crabbing up on the front. This is our trap guy. So we're going to let him go. It's just an effective enough trap block by my guard there. And look at all these guys that I'm releasing downfield, okay? I got a good block by my wing right here. Gets this guy, picks up another guy. We're off to the races. Okay, another trap here. This one really opens up, this long trap. And as you can see, we've got guys blocking 5-10 yards downfield, which is what we want to see on this play. We want numbers at the point of attack. This is us against Suns Bay the first time. Short trap. Good play up through the middle. Let's look at that one more time. You can see how tight my guard is here to my center. My center gets a good block. My guard doesn't do a great job, and we're able to, that's a good football play. Very good football play. All right, the last play that we're going to go through here is what we call our lead. We started off calling it weak lead, and then it just got easier to say lead, so we did. But it's just a quick hitter to the short side. So if we're feeling like we're really getting over leveraged to our strong side, it's just a quick little play where we've got a reach here from our front side guard. Center, if there's a guy, if we have two guys over here, the center's got to step and reach front side. If not, he can get on the guy who's back here. My tackle has to reach through. Both these two guys, you get going. You go downfield, make a block. I got a short pull here from my power guard, my strong guard, just around the hook block here. My halfback is going to go and he's going to block out the first threat outside of over here. Pull back, catch the ball, try to find opening, try to find some daylight. Okay, we've got a couple good clips of it here. Okay, so this is week 1. Good hook. Good block out. My guard does a good job getting through, and then it opens up. So as you can see, got a really good job here by my 165-pound guard. We got two guys coming. We just seal that guy out. That's perfect. Make him move. All right, we got a good block here. Look at this hustle from my backside tight end. He's getting downfield. He's finding something to do. And then you celebrate. All right, another one here. You see a little confusion here. This kid, man, something else. So we ran this one a little bit differently. We were having problems. We couldn't hook this guy, so what we did was we blocked down here, and our back ended up basically J blocking here, and pretty decent football play for the team. But anyway, we did some more stuff as the year went on, but really our base offense is where we got most of our work. We did fairly well. We had a lot of success with it. Our kids bought into it and enjoyed it because it brought success, and a lot of the success I feel like came from what we did and putting our kids in positions to be successful. If anybody has any questions about this, please don't hesitate to reach out. I would love to talk to anybody about this. I hope you all have a great day. Catch you later.